Just came back from an interview at the Funny Bone in Columbus. I got an opportunity to interview Comedic Cody. He made his break on social media, and now he's touring the world for comedy. Amazing dude, great interview. Check it out.
Hate Red Bull, dude. Hate Red Bull.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just get into it. First, I appreciate you doing this.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you guys for having me.
I've been thinking about it all day what I wanted to ask you. Okay? And I figured out my question. So, 2021, there was a wild card game where my Cleveland Browns beat your Steelers. How bad do you hate the Browns? And my second question is, how did you become a Steelers fan?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. If I'm not rooting for the Steelers, I actually root for the Browns.
Really?
Surprise, because it's one of my really good friends that I actually went to high school with is y'all starting safety, Juan Thornhill.
Really?
Yeah, now we live right beside each other in Nashville, but I was broken.
Yeah.
But it's a building year.
Yeah.
We got our 8th string quarterback.
You might get Fields. You
could. I don't know. I just like to keep my standards low.
Yeah.
But we have 6 rings, so.
Yeah, that's something we don't have.
Exactly.
It's something we don't have.
And at the end of the day, what's the game about?
Yeah. Yeah, and you're always 9-8 at least, or you know, back in the day 8-8. So
yeah.
Always about 500. You can guarantee that.
Started off digging, buddy. This interview is going bad. No, yeah, that one broke me. But honestly, I'll. My hometown is so small. I've got to root for them. So if I'm not cheering for the Steelers, I'll cheer for the Browns.
All right. So this is something about like careers. You were a pharmacist, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I was doing some digging. I saw you were on like romance cover. You were a model for romance covers.
Yeah.
And now you're playing a world tour comedian, like on a show. Like how does that happen?
Luck, prayer. I don't know. It literally just blew up on social media and then turned into people going, you should try stand up. You should try stand up. And I did my very first show about 2 years ago, and it turned into now we're doing 48 shows this year, including shows in Europe, Australia, Canada, and I don't know, man. It's one of those things where I just got lucky, and I guess I hit at the right time during COVID. That's when like everybody was on social media, and it kind of just there was nobody doing comedy skits. It was more just lip syncing and dancing and stuff like that. So I kind of just tried to find my niche, and it just blew up, man.
Yeah, there's like 10 questions I have based on that, like just your career. My biggest thing was like you have the pharmacist with Rodney Skid. That's personally my favorite. How do you develop a character like that and keep it going to where it's entertaining for like others and makes them want more? Yeah,
luckily there's a lot of medications out there, and I've met a lot of patients that, and we've all done it. I mean, even when I was studying in the beginning, I mispronounced medications, but they would come at me so angry, and they would just yell it out incorrectly. So everyone in the medical field, we've learned to keep that composure, but in the back of our head, we're thinking, what did you just say? I have to write this down so I can tell people about it. So I based Rodney off of a magnitude of actual people, and I just called him Rodney, so there's no HIPAA violations.
Yeah, that's fair.
Medical program 101. Tell nobody's business. Just gave him a hat, a funny voice, and a list of medications that I've heard over time. And it worked out, man. It worked out.
I mean, I think something that drew me to like you personally is like you were one of the only comedians I've known like that's really made it based off using TikTok and Instagram. You like really use social media to drive your success and make a name for yourself. Did you ever think that social media was going to give you these avenues, or was you just doing it for like fun?
Honestly, it was. I had a friend that was just telling me to try TikTok, and this was right maybe end of 2019, early 2020. And I was like, there's no way. This is not for me. So I started doing little skits, and I think I had 40 followers for about 4 months. Mm-hmm. And I just kept posting and stayed consistent. And one video blew up. And in 12 hours, I think I woke up the next day, I had 180,000 followers. Yeah. Literally.
That's insane.
I went from 40 to 180, and then every video I posted after that just started jumping. Like, it was absolutely, I would have never in a million years expected any of this. It's overwhelming, but it's cool. It's so cool.
I mean, have you seen, based off like your first video and then to where you are now, have you seen like do you look back at those first videos and you kind of like cringe at them, or do you appreciate that that's where you started?
I think,
because some people do that.
Oh, I definitely cringe at some of my videos because I did, some cringy stuff. But at the same time, I almost miss it because at the same time, it's a blessing and a curse because back then I didn't have any pressure to like throw out banger after banger. I was just thinking of a stupid idea and would post a video, and now I'm like, it's got to be good if I post it. It's got to be worth it every single time I post. So I'm slowly getting back to my original content where I'm just thinking of new funny ideas and getting back to it. But yeah, I cringe for sure, as we should.
Yeah,
we gotta be able to look back.
That's what I was saying. My first stuff, I'm like, man, like that. I didn't edit.
Can't believe I posted this.
I'm like, this is like embarrassing. If anyone ever saw this, you mocked that.
Yeah,
mocked.
It's crazy because when I first started making the Rodney videos, I didn't know how to cut and edit videos. So I would have my scrubs and white jacket, and then I would actually change clothes into what Rodney was wearing. I would do that 3-second bit. I'd change back into the scrubs. I didn't know I could film it all and then just go back.
You could just do the little cuts and then...
Man, I saved myself some time. It used to take me like hours. Now I can do it in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's such a change. Because, I mean, you were in last week, Colorado?
Yeah, no, I just got into Columbus maybe 2 hours ago, and then I was in Colorado Monday. I was in Colorado Monday.
So what all goes into like planning a tour, and like how initially has it been so far?
It honestly, it's just depending on who gets back with me, and like I'll just pitch it to them and ask if I'll give them my stats from previous shows and things of that nature. Some people want a video, and they'll set up dates. We try to link like what's close to what, because my first tour, I was going from like, I did a show one night in Portland, Oregon, and then the next night in Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's insane.
So now it's like...
So now Cincinnati and Toledo don't seem...
Yeah, I'm
Cincy tomorrow?
Columbus, Cincy, Toledo, and then next week I go New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and then Hattiesburg, Mississippi. But the next week I go Birmingham, Alabama, Appleton, Wisconsin, and then back to Huntsville, Alabama.
That's insane.
That was my fault. Somebody offered me a Friday show, and I was like, I got to take it. So I'll do the show, fly straight out after, do a show in Wisconsin, fly straight out, and then drive to Huntsville, Alabama from Nashville.
Was there any comedic intentions in you doing a show in London on July 4th?
So they gave me a list of dates, and I was like, what better way to spend Independence Day than in... I want to be the spokesperson for America to remind them what they lost. I want to represent.
We were looking at he's got to have done something funny in his schedule. Like, there's got to be, and we immediately saw that. I'm like, I gotta.
Everybody loves that. No, I'm excited, man. I've been thinking about wearing a 1776 shirt on stage for that show. Just
come out with like a wig, like
everything. Yeah, tights, all that. No, it's gonna be fun. But that is hilarious. I didn't even. Yeah. They sent me that list, and when they sent me July 4th, I was like, wait a second. This seems familiar.
Yeah.
Is it too soon, London? Yeah, but no, I'm excited, man. That's gonna be good, and we're still adding to the UK and stuff like that. So, it'll be exciting, man. I'm curious to see how it goes.
No, that's amazing. I saw also on the list, I have a couple sites where you're filming. Are you making a special, or are you working on it? Or
we're gonna be working with YouTube and doing a couple specials. We've got Houston and Naples, Florida that we're gonna try to push, because a lot of people don't even still know I do stand up. I gotta get some clips out there of me doing it, but it's so fast paced, man.
How does that work? Are you like taking bits from each show, or are you gonna work just trying to put one full show and then one full?
I take little bits from certain shows and go from there, but for the most part, I just need to get some content out there. It's just hard because I feel like my best jokes that I want to post are going to be in the special.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to wait.
Yeah.
And then once the special, everybody that
That's-
doesn't purchase
yeah.
the special, they'll be able to see
Yeah.
those clips. And but that's how you really get your name
Yeah.
out as a comedian now on social media.
Yeah,
You just
no.
post clips doing stand-up as opposed to sketch comedy, because people will
Yeah.
see a funny video and not follow you. They
Yeah.
see you do stand-up. They're like, okay, I want to follow this guy so
Yeah.
I can go to a
It's an
show.
interesting time because like I still go back to all the old stuff. Like, and I was gonna ask you about like I'm a huge Jerry Seinfeld and like all that.
Nice.
Those are my
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
and I go back to all the old stuff. Who do you kind of look up to in this space?
Oh, Dave Chappelle. 100% Dave Chappelle. Tom Segura.
Bert Kreischer, I love Bert.
We just went and saw Bert in Virginia.
That's amazing.
Third is probably actually tied with second, but I've been on a big kick with Shane Gillis.
He's
Absolutely
amazing, yes.
incredible comedian. He's
you-
so quick-witted.
I read something. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't want you want to like host SNL. That was like your dream, right? Or
No, I mean I would like to be on I would like to host something. I think I would do a good job at some sort of show, and that's what I want to get into.
Yeah.
Acting, hosting, probably next year rather than touring, so I can actually be at home for a little while, because
Yeah.
I've toured for almost 3 years now straight.
The crazy, the strain, and everything on it.
I'm aging quick, man. I'm aging quick, for sure.
How did I wanted to go back to it. How did you get into romance novel cover?
So I was 19, and I was actually living in a buddy's basement, and he got into it. I don't know how, but he told me and another guy that were there, I'm flying to Los Angeles. If you guys can get the money up, y'all are more than welcome to fly with me. I've never been outside of Virginia, so saved up some money. We flew to LA, and we did all the LA things. You do the tour buses, and you get to see all the celebrity houses. And I went running in Santa Monica, and as I was running, a photographer stopped me on the beach. This sounds sketchy, and it probably was. A photographer stopped me on the beach and was like, I'm shooting somebody that is like a similar build, and I like your tattoos. Would you mind like jumping in? And I was like, when am I going to be in LA again?
Might as well do it.
So I did it. I put on this random pair of jeans and got in the ocean and took pictures. And that night I got my first book cover. And from there, I got to live in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, all from doing book cover modeling.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. You have anything you want to comment on?
I mean, the thing that I was going to ask you is if you were going to wear anything funny on the July 4th show, but you kind of already said.
I got to throw on some Carhartt suspenders or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Red, white, and blue.
that was something that was going because I saw on the one tour you were wearing different jerseys.
Yeah, for each. It just got too expensive.
I was gonna because I forgot it at home, but I had a retro. I haven't worn it in like 2 or 3 years. I had a retro Blue Jackets jersey I was gonna give out.
I would have rocked that mug. I would have rocked it.
I
No,
left
it's
it
all
there.
right.
I was gonna ask about it, but
Oh no, you're good, man. Yeah, it's jerseys now are like $160.
yeah.
And I was just running out. Like I had a throwback Joe Burrow jersey in Louisiana.
I
His
saw
LA
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the Yankees was your dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
in New York I had the Babe Ruth throwback jersey. So I went hard last year. My intentions were to just do pajamas this year, but that didn't work out. So.
Yeah.
Comfy is comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, we have so a lot of like on our podcast we do. A lot of people are like 7th to like high school. We have some college guys. You're living most people's dream, and obviously you definitely want to. Some point in your life you want to have seen yourself here. What's like the best piece of advice you could give to somebody trying to like follow their dream and do that?
Oh, stay consistent and do not be intimidated by anybody else's opinion on what you're doing the worst thing you can do, especially if you're trying to get your name out there and do something big, is you can't compare yourself to what somebody else is doing, because they don't see what you see. They don't have the same vision. You just have to stay consistent and stay true to what you want to do. You can never go, I want to do what they're doing. You want to do your dream, nobody else's dream, because if you don't make it happen, somebody's going to hire you to make their dream happen.
Yeah, because you kind of like paved the way with your own stuff you've done. And
yeah, and I take pride in that. I really do. And it's introduced me to so many great people, and entertainment industry is hard as it is. But, just stay consistent and focus on the bigger picture.
Have you gotten any advice from like comedians or things like when you're trying to like work on something? You're like, how can I make this like really stick? Or have you asked about that any?
Oh, for sure. And I've met a lot of comedians where they'll come up to me after the show and they're like, "Hey, try this as a part of your joke," because I'm still learning every single show. And they're like, "Try this and try tweet." And a lot of comedians will like spitball ideas with each other and trade jokes and stuff like that, so they can take it on the road and build off of each other. But yeah, it's cool. I would say the best piece of advice is you can't control who shows up. Yeah. You can't control how they feel or how they act or what they think is funny, but you can control how much you enjoy being up there. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, as long as you're having a great time and you bring the energy, it's going to spread. Yeah.
Yeah, don't bring the energy.
Yep.
Obviously, we don't want to take up like too much.
You're good, brother. No, I appreciate you guys so much.
There was one question I always ask is, when your career is over down the line, how do you want to be remembered? It's a tough question.
I want to be remembered for getting people out of dark times. Mm-hmm. I want to be remembered as an outlet when people felt like they had nobody else. Because I've been there and done that. And the fact that I can somehow put people that went through similar struggles in their lives and put them all in one room and just laugh for a night together, that's all I can ask.
Yeah, I mean, that must be the coolest thing. Because I when I look at stuff, I always see like people like their comments, like you genuinely make their day, and like half the comments are like you put the smile on my face. Yeah. Like, why haven't you posted it? Like people will see that if you don't post in 3 or 4, they'll be like, post, we need that.
Yeah, it literally is mind blowing, and that's why I'm prepared to do a show. It doesn't matter if there's 5 people out there or 1,000. I'm going to make sure they feel better leaving than when they did coming in. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, what was your first show like?
It was Macon, Georgia, and I had no idea if these jokes were going to be funny. I didn't have a manager, no reviewing. I literally took my laptop, hit record, thought of as many funny stories as I could, and I brought that to my first show. It was 470 people, and the mayor of Macon, Georgia came to the show.
That's crazy.
It was wall to wall. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. And then from there, I took what jokes didn't work and I tweaked them, kept what did work, and I brought it to the next show.
Yeah, I'll keep this the last one because I don't want to take up your voice.
Oh, you're
tonight. Good. Personally, what is your favorite joke you've ever told? You don't have one. It's fine. I just gotta ask.
Oh, I do, but you're gonna have to hear it tonight.
Okay.
Are y'all hanging out?
Yeah, we're staying there.
Oh, hell yeah. Heck yeah.
We're gonna hang out. Cool. We came for a show. We're ready.
Nice.
All right.
No, it's gonna be good. It's a different speed than my social media because I can just say what I want to.
Yeah.
So it's I'm excited for you guys to hear it. Y'all are gonna be like, wow, we shouldn't have done that interview. No, it's gonna be fun.
No,
it's gonna be good.
I'm excited. I'm happy you came to Columbus. We were laughing because when we saw your one video coming in about the Ohio, like the vlog.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's exactly as you said it. Like,
was it Highway 270?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh man,
if you're going,
I've had a 48-hour panic attack since I've been here. It's absolutely miserable,
it's insane. It's like if you're not going 85, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, they're 85. Are we in the slow lane right now?
Their license plate's gonna be on your bumper.
I'm pretty sure a cop beeped at me to just get out the way. Well, no sirens, no nothing. I'm just going like 90. Pretty sure the speed limit's 70, but it's fine. Ohio. Yeah, no, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
I appreciate you again, man.
No, absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. Thank you guys for having me.